This keto choc chip cookie recipe is quite popular on Facebook. I want to show you all the tips and tricks, and there are a few. Stay tuned. Welcome to Cook with Mel. If you're returning, welcome back. If you're new here, please do consider subscribing and hit the notification bell so you know when we've posted a new recipe. It will really help my channel and it'll only take you a second. I have tried to bake choc chip cookies before, and there's quite a few that I've had to throw in the bin, but I am so pleased with these. They're actually amazing. They're gooey on the inside and crunchy on the outside. This recipe is quite easy to make. The nutritional information and ingredients list is in the description box. Let's get into the recipe now. First, set your oven to 355 degrees Fahrenheit or 180 degrees Celsius and grease and line a baking tray and set that aside. You can choose to mix your dry ingredients first or your wet. I'm going to start off with the wet, and I've got here 67 grams or half a cup of butter, and it's been melted in the microwave for 30 seconds and then cooled, and you're going to add it to a mixer. You know, I'm using a pedal attachment, or you can use a hand mixer if you want. Then 155 grams or 3/4 of a cup of monk fruit sweetener, or your choice is sweetener, and I'm using the classic. And now we're going to cream the butter and the sweetener. Next, add 2 teaspoons of vanilla essence extract or bean paste and 2 eggs. That's it for your wet ingredients, and now we're going to mix it on low for 15 seconds. That's all done. And for the dry ingredients, I've got 1.5 cups of almond flour or 190 grams here. 1 gram or half a teaspoon of xanthan gum, 1/4 teaspoon of salt, and this is 2 grams, and it's heavier than the xanthan gum due to the density. Xanthan gum is quite fine. And finally, 2 grams of baking powder. Remember, I've got all the measurements in the description box, just in case I'm not very clear. And we're going to whisk that together. Just until it's combined. And now we're going to add our dry ingredients to our wet. Okay, that's fully combined. Our last ingredient is 3/4 of a cup of sugar-free chocolate chips. It equates to about 126 grams. We have to add this last without using the mixing machine, and we're going to fold it in so we don't break up these chocolate chips. And look at this giant ball of wonderfulness. This ball weighs 635 grams. So we are making a batch for 12 cookies. And that, if you want exact size cookies, it equates to 53 grams per cookie. I've separated out and measured out my cookie dough, and now I'm just rolling them into balls. Once you have rolled out your cookie balls, I'm going to show you how I flatten these, and with them flat like that, this is the kind of cookie you're going to achieve. If you don't flatten and shape them, this is what they're going to look like. And you know, to me, they are perfectly fine. They still taste really great. And these were baked for 13 minutes, and that was baked for 10 minutes. So you see the difference and you decide. So how to shape, how I shape these is, once you have your ball like that, you just take a spatula and you flatten it like that. And while I'm doing this, the other option you could do is roll all your dough out between 2 sheets of parchment paper and use a cookie cutter. My only reservation with that is that when you use your cookie cutter, it could cut into your chocolate chips. So that's the only snag that I can think of that you might run into if you go that way. However, it would be quicker, I think. So these will now go onto your baking tray, your lined baking tray, and we're going to bake these for exactly 10 minutes. Look at these, guys. Okay, so this is them like literally out of the oven. They are quite wet at the moment because you've got melted chocolate and melted butter, and that's why these need to cool down. And these are some that I baked earlier, and this is how they end up. Really beautiful and large. I just also thought it useful to show you what these look like on the inside, and they are crispy on the outside and soft on the inside, and I'll try and show you guys, but I'm not sure if it's gonna do it again. Oops, that one disappeared. Well, these were pretty fun, easy, and quick to make. I really hope you get to try it. Thank you so much for watching. Stay safe and be well.